8.2. Special right triangles. Number 1. What is the value of x? So let's take a look at it. So this is a 45, 45, 90 triangle, named after the angles. The rule says, in a 45, 45, 90 triangle, that the two legs are the same length is an isosceles triangle, and whatever the legs equal, you put radical 2 next to it, and it'll give you the length of the hypotenuse. So for this one, the length of the leg is 13, so the length of the hypotenuse will be 13 radical 2. And that's all there is to that, so let's type it in. So type in 13 square root 2. And that's number 1. Number 2, what is the value of x? Now this one is a 45, 45, 90 triangle, but you're given the hypotenuse here and we have to find the leg. So remembering the rule, if the leg is x, then the hypotenuse is x times radical 2. So set 18 equal to x radical 2 and solve for x. So we divide both sides by radical 2. Now we have to rationalize that. So multiply top and bottom by radical 2. You get 18 radical 2 over 2. Radical 2 times radical 2 is 2. Then you divide 18 by 2 and we get 9. So 9 radical 2 is the answer. So let's type it in. So let's type in 9 radical 2. And that's number 2. Number 3, find the value of each variable. X is just going to be 3. It's one of the legs in a 45, 45, 90 triangle. And y, you just put radical 2 next to it. So 3 radical 2. And that's number 3. Number 6, find the value of each variable. So let's take a look at it. Now this is what's called a 30, 60, 90 triangle, named after its angles. The rule for that is this. The smallest side, the one across from the 30, is x, and the hypotenuse is double that. So the hypotenuse is double the side across from the 30-degree angle. The side across from the 60-degree angle is the smallest side times radical 3. So you'll take the smallest side, multiply it by radical 3 to get the length of the side across from the 60-degree angle. So let's tackle this one. I always like to try to find the smallest side first, if possible. And that's because I can use that to find everything else. So the smallest side is half the measure of the hypotenuse, so we divide 32 by 2, and we get 16 for x. To find y, I take what I got for x, 16, and put radical 3 next to it. And that would be y, 16 radical 3. So let's type it in. So x is 16, and y is 16 square root 3. And that's number 6. Going to number 8, find the value of each variable. So let's take a closer look at it. So here we have a 45, 45, 90 triangle and a 30, 60, 90 triangle together. So let's find A and C from the 45, 45, 90 triangle first. Now remembering our rule, A and C are going to be the same, and it is the length of the hypotenuse without the radical 2. So if the hypotenuse is 16 radical 2, A and C is just going to be 16. Looking at the 30, 60, 90 triangle, the smallest side is going to be A, which is 16. So the next smallest will be 16 radical 3, which will be D. And then B will be 16 times 2, which is 32. So let's type those in. So we have 16, 32, 16, and 16 radical 3. And that's number 8.